Live from Lexington, Kentucky, it's the Zach Ballinger Show, where we help you find your direction through passion and purpose. My name is Zach Ballinger. I am your host. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We've got a great guest for you guys out there that are streaming. We are streaming via YouTube, and you can watch the show there. Also, if you have any questions for me throughout the year, Zach at ZachBallinger.com. Guys, we're featuring people from my small town. So I grew up in a small city called Wartburg, Tennessee. It's called the Morgan County Community. We shine a light on small businesses from time to time that are doing really well in the community. So we wanted to shine a light on this particular business. Zach, thanks so much for joining the show today.
Hey, thanks for having us, Zach.
So tell us a little bit about your business and what's the name of it, where's it located, and what all do you do?
So we are Nitzschke's Hometown Bakery. We're not your typical bakery. We don't bake cakes. So we've had a lot of people call and ask us that. So first and foremost, your traditional wedding cakes, birthday cakes, that sort of thing. That's not us. There's lots of other great folks here in the community that can do those. So we try to stay just outside of that. So we're Nitzschke's Hometown Bakery, located in Sunbright, Tennessee. Right now, we're currently running it out of our house, so it's not like we have a storefront for folks to visit. So that's something we're sort of tossing around in our head, trying to see if we can make that happen in the future. So stay tuned there. But yeah, so we do cheesecakes, we do cookies, banana puddings, lots of your Christmas candies and things like that you traditionally see at Christmas. We've found out folks like to eat those year round. So your peanut butter balls and almond joy truffles, things like that. So.
Well, you got my mouth watering already, and it's 10 a.m. So how do people, since you do run this out of your house, how do people get your baked goods? How do they find it?
Yeah, so we try to set up at several events throughout the month. We have traditionally been down at the Moco Brewing Project there in Wartburg on the third Saturday of the month. And then just sort of as pop-ups happen, of course, folks can always call and place an order with us. We deliver to most of the surrounding areas here, as well as they can come by and pick it up. And so our website is NHB, like Nitzschke's Hometown Bakery, Sunbright, SUNBRIGHT.com. So you can check us out on our website. Of course, we're also on Facebook, Nitzschke's Hometown Bakery there. And then my cell phone number is the number that we use for the bakery, so they can call me at any time, 423-539-0660.
And if you guys are out there listening to Morgan County and your mouth is watering like mine, we're actually going to put these links into the end of the comments in the video, so you guys will have them, so you don't have to memorize them. Or if you're just listening to the audio portion, you guys will see those links into the particular, especially the YouTube comment stream. Now, Zach, you have a very unique story. We were kind of talking behind stage. Can you share what got you to do this business?
Yeah, so baking is something that we've loved just growing up with mom, always in the kitchen, that sort of thing. And so in 2018, we were living in Nashville. What sort of started it was the year before at Thanksgiving, we made some banana puddings for folks that we worked with, and we ended up making 25 of them that Thanksgiving. And so we thought, well, you see what we can do with this. And so in 2018, we decided to open the bakery. That year, it was more of a seasonal type thing. It was, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And then January rolled around and orders sort of just dropped off. And so we didn't think much of it. Well, then in 2019, as I was telling you before, we have twins. They're 16 months old now, and they were born in December. So 2019 was a sort of slow year for the bakery, just because we didn't want to take on any events or orders that, not knowing when the twins were going to be here, whether we could fill them or not. So, and then in February of 2020, COVID hit. And so at that point in time, work sent us to work from home, and we decided at that point that we would moved back to East Tennessee. The twins were a couple of months old, and we wanted to be closer to family and that sort of thing. So in March of 2020, we actually moved back to East Tennessee, sold our place in Nashville in May. And then in the fall of 2020, we opened the bakery back up, here in Sunbright, sort of full-time, going strong, and we have not slowed down. It's been great.
That was my next question, is how has the community responded? Because I've heard nothing but good thing about Nitzschke's Bakery, but I have to think that you're pretty doggone busy.
Oh yeah, it has been fantastic. We sort of thought in October, November, and December of 2020 that it would be seasonal like it was last year, and then January came and it never slowed down. And honestly, Valentine's week was our biggest week we've ever had. It's just kept going and going. This past you know February, March, we added on hot chocolate bombs. That's something that we had never had before. Some folks down in Chattanooga were like, "Hey, you need these in Morgan County. We've never seen anyone sell them." So we ended up getting all of the stuff, and we make them, from scratch in house. And so that was something that's just been a sort of new crazy that we've gotten ourselves into. So now it's warming up. We don't sell as much of those, but we're staying busy with the cheesecakes, the banana puddings. We have a strawberry pie that's fantastic. It's got whole berries and things in it, so folks seem to love it now that summertime's rolling around the corner.
So that you kind of answered my next question. I was going to ask you, what are the top three selling items? Would those items that you just listed be the ones?
So banana pudding would probably be number three. Number two would probably be our Death by Chocolate cheesecake. It's got four different types of chocolate in it. If you are a chocolate lover, that's your go-to. And then our number one is actually our German chocolate brookie. It's one of our cookies that we make, and it's a brownie-based cookie that has a German chocolate topping and chocolate drizzle on the top, and it's definitely our number one seller.
How did you get these recipes? How did you know you were good at baking items, you and your wife? That's what I always wonder from these stories that I hear, like barbecue restaurants or anything like that. And did it become like you baked it for some family and they were like, wow, this is really good. You guys should consider it? Or how did you ever come up with the thinking that these recipes could actually lead to a business one day?
Well, so it all started with the banana pudding, really and truly. I've won several different awards with the banana pudding and that sort of thing. So I've made that for years and years. And then from there, it did start out as we would have things, we would try new recipes at family dinners or Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. And so we've just sort of had these items that we've made throughout the years. Of course, we've added new things. We've added new things to the bakery. It's like, hey, that looks like it might be good. Let's try it and see what people think. So it's a little bit of both.
So it's so awesome to have another Morgan County business. Now, do you find people, you're getting the word out in the other surrounding? So if you guys don't know Morgan County, Sunbright's a little bit north. Is the word getting out to like Wartburg, Cofield, Oakdale, some of the other areas as well?
Oh, absolutely. The power of social media and Facebook has been tremendous for us. I mean, it really has. And the word of mouth, friends tell friends and that sort of thing. The Highland Telephone does the Highlander magazine, and they featured us. And so we get folks who have reached out to us through that, not who don't have social media and that sort of thing. And so it's been really great. We've done a few different events in Wartburg. Like I was telling you before, Moco Brewing Project has us down there. We try to do the third Saturday of every month. Sometimes it changes up a little bit, but we're there sort of for breakfast. We try to stay from like 8 to 12, 8 to 1, something like that. And so when folks come in to get their morning coffee, they can grab a sweet to go with it.
Now, do you guys do any type of catering? So let's say, somebody's listening to this in Wartburg, Tennessee, and they've got a big event and they want to do a dessert party or whatever. Is that something you guys do, or is that
Oh
not?
yeah, absolutely. It's perfect timing actually. We did Sunbrook High School's prom. We did all of the desserts for prom on Saturday night. So we've done a couple of those sort of things where we can do the large cookie trays or our banana pudding again was one of the things that the kids at Sunbright absolutely had to have. So we did individual servings of that instead of doing the large pans and that sort of thing, easy to get sort of on the go. So yes.
Awesome. And then some of the challenges of small business, I often talk my kind of thing in life is to find something you love to do career wise and then actually make it happen. And I feel like you guys have kind of done this by you, like you said before, you love to bake. So you've taken kind of your passion and created your vision, which is this Nitzschke's bakery. um, what kind of obstacles have you faced in business? I think people should know this before they, attempt to go into business. That this all sounds wonderful, but I'm sure there's tough times, right?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, the way business goes, especially, with COVID, you never really know um, when you're going to be able to get an order, or when you're going to have the ability to actually go to events and things. I mean, in 2020, events pretty much just kind of stopped happening. So that definitely takes a toll. Another obstacle, and it's more so on me than on the business itself or anything, but just learning the ropes of the Department of Revenue and the different governmental entities that you have to associate yourself with, and that sort of thing, and really get to know how they work. That can be a little bit troublesome if you don't really mind your P's and Q's, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think your story is just incredible. It's an amazing story right there in Sunbright, Tennessee. Now, you talked about, do you sell any other items? So, like, do you have T-shirts or anything like that besides just your bakeries?
Well, so we actually have just received some T-shirts. I actually am wearing mine now. I don't think you can kind of see it on there, but we've received the T-shirts and the prints. Most don't know, my brother-in-law, or excuse me, my brother and sister-in-law used to have a T-shirt business here in Sunbright as well. So we've bought the shirts and the prints. We're going to make them ourselves, do that sort of thing. So I'll have those for sale in the next couple of months.
Well, I'm definitely going to have to get up there and try some of this. You've inspired me just because banana pudding was something my grandmother used to make, and she's no longer with us, but banana pudding was always one of my favorite desserts. And so I'm not surprised that that's a top three seller, especially in that county. So we'll definitely have to take advantage of this and try out some of your bakery items. So, Zach, thank you so much for joining us, being featured in these small business themes. I think it's so important for people to hear stories like yours, stories of adversity, also stories of success. Like you said, the community's responded in a good way. But guys, if you guys are listening to this and you're in Morgan County, Tennessee, let's support Nitzschke's Bakery. We can always find somewhere where people need a dessert. And so I challenge you to take advantage of these links that we post in the bottom of the comment. Reach out to Zach. He's very responsive. Make sure you get these orders. And like he said, if you have catering events, things start to open back up, especially events around the county, consider doing this. You may have him for breakfast. Like you said, if you've got a dessert or anything like that, consider his business. So, Zach, thank you so much for being a part of the show. We do appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you all for having us. We greatly appreciate it.
All right. Until next time, y'all take care. Have a great day and stay safe.